Hi, Financially Healthy here, and I'm Marlene. The name of my channel is Financially Healthy. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, give me some future ideas you'd like me to do videos on. A little bit about myself. I am a single woman, have been for almost 20 years, and I have been financially healthy all that time. I have acquired rentals. I have saved money. I am looking forward to retirement. And I have been able to help my older parents and not fun, not so much financially, but I've had the time to help them. So that is one thing. Time is something you will never get back. So always remember that. Sometimes being responsible means that for future emergencies or life experiences or things that come up, you'll have the time to do that. Okay, small changes you can make for your present and future financially healthy self. These are changes that will make a big impact on your life. Educate yourself, read books, watch YouTube videos on finances, but mainly read books. The Millionaire Next Door, Susie Orman is a good place to start if you are financially way elementary, and she's a little elementary for somebody who's been doing it for a while. I, but I suggest her if you're just starting out. She has a great book, Fabulous and Broke, Young, Fabulous and Broke, I think it's called. But just go to your public library when it opens again. And the real question is, why don't we get financial education in high school? Well, even elementary school. It would help with mathematics. High school and college. Why don't we? Um, it's a question that really bothers me. And I think we should address our school board and say, why don't we have a financial education course? Even if it's only, fitted into one semester, that would help a lot of young people today because they would see where their money's going, how to make a budget, simple little things that we're going to talk about today. Um, Track your spending without judgment for like 2 to 3 months. Every time you buy something, you mark it down. You will get so tired of doing this. But, and then you can also get an app for this too. But I mean, even a pack of gum or a magazine. Are you do you go towards the impulse buying while you're checking out? That'll tell you a lot when you track your spending for 2 to 3 months. And once you track it, do as you would spend any other time. Um, this is your natural spending. Then you can go through your budget for those 2 or 3 months, and you can say, "Boy, I spent a lot on little things like did I really need that iced coffee? That was $4, and sometimes six. Boy, I ate out a lot. I didn't even realize that, but and I, spent a lot at the grocery store that one day, and then you can like evaluate, like, did I go hungry to the grocery store? Did I go without a list? How was I feeling that day? Was I having a good day? Was I having a bad day? You can look at things and say, oh, okay, I see that. Your credit card statement, you use a credit card and you use it responsibly. You can use a credit card. I know a lot of people say don't. But for you right now, if you're in a situation where you don't even have $400 for something that comes up, and right now we're learning the lesson that emergency funds of 3 to 6 months are nice to have, but they're not always, going to save us. And depending on the state where you live, an emergency fund for 3 to 6 months could be as high as $20,000. And that's surprising to a lot of people. So you're going to track your spending and you're going to go through it and you're going to understand what you're spending on. Even write down the time of day that you spend it. That'll really make you hate this. But you will also, you know, see, oh, I do a lot of my spending on the weekends or things like that. Or I personally do not like to shop. I hate to shop. And also, you can also find out if you spend online. That's another thing. Right now, we're in quarantine, or I don't know if I'd call it quarantine, but we're physically distancing. So we're isolating ourselves from going to the store too much. So maybe you're doing a lot of spending online right now because you're anxious, or maybe because you're bored. Two bad reasons to be spending money. Create a budget. Most of the people who can't make ends meet don't have a budget. And it's just that simple. That would be like a business saying, oh, well, we're going to start a business, but we're not going to keep a balance sheet. We're not going to put how much we spend for supplies. To say it's a restaurant, how much we spend on food. We're not going to put that down. How much we spend on employees. Think of how silly that would be. And that business probably wouldn't last a month. How much we paid on utilities, things like that. Act like you're a business. You are one. It's your business to be a business. Sometimes it just, you got to just like go, I have to do something. If you're in a relationship or you're married or you have a partner that you share housing and utilities with, you live under the same roof, um, you need to be honest with them, and you need to both do this budget thing, and you need to look at each other's spending. Usually, not always, there's a spender and there's a saver. You're going to figure out which you are and which that other person is too, which is going to be eye opening. Oh, well, that was only a little expense. Or I had a friend who said to me one time, my fiance, they cohabitate together, he went out and bought a car. And then I had another friend say to me, without her knowledge, and I had another friend who's married who said to me, I can't believe he knows financially we're married and I'm having a hard time paying my bills and keeping up on things. And he went out and bought a car. Okay, those are two couples who are not on the same page. And financially, they are good. The one I know for sure is very good with money. But she was hurt that significant other of hers went out and bought a car and didn't even discuss it with her. I mean, these are decisions that affect you both. And you can work together, and you will find one is a spender and one is a saver. And when you find that out, you're going to be surprised. Maybe you're the spender. Maybe he's the saver, or she, or I don't know. You're going to find out where you are in life. And you're also going to have to reevaluate, is this how I want to live my life? Worried about where the next dollar comes from or things like that. If this person is unwilling to change, how am I going to approach that? Or if I'm unwilling to change and I know I have problems, how should that person approach that? Yeah, I mean, you're going to have some tough life questions to ask yourself, but you're going to get through it. Um, Set small, attainable goals. You will not can't swim across the ocean, so don't make that a goal. Okay, and just like you're not going to have $1 million by next month in your savings or in your 401k or when you haven't saved up to this point, you are not going to do that. So make them small. Make it maybe you save 10% of your check, or you made the effort to have direct deposit of 10% of your check into savings. At least you made the effort. And if that succeeds and you don't have to touch that, then you have 10% of your income in your savings. And that is really good. And if that's one of your goals, wow, that's great. Another goal might be um, even take your vacation time. You don't have to go anywhere, but make sure you take your vacation time because we all need time to decompress and things. And we just sometimes need our time away or and take it with your significant other and do local trips, staycations, things you've always wanted to see that are within your reach. Many museums have free days. Zoos have free days sometimes. Or, I mean, those are very low cost things. Pack a lunch, have a good time. You might find you really enjoy the simpler things in life. And that could be one of your goals. Hey, when I reach this certain point, that's, you know, I'm going to take my first week of vacation and I'm going to relax and pamper myself and do some things I've wanted to do. Read or listen to an audiobook or declutter if that I don't know what makes you happy, but certain things have to. Okay, this is part one. I'll be back with part two. This is Financially Healthy. Is the name of the channel, all one word. Financially Healthy. And this is ways that your present self and your future self can become financially wealthy. I want that for you. You will get there. Okay. I'll be back with part two soon.